everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of B3rdPower.
Hey.
Where we are
being intentional, bridging gap,
and building
building
community.
communities.
Listen, yes, we came in all the way fired up tonight, y'all. You know why? Because it is a fantastic day in the neighborhood. Sherri.
That's right. It's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday.
That's right. We love Mondays.
Don't we though?
Yes.
Monday is always our day. So
it is
amazing. So why don't we go on and catch up? Listen, how has your week been?
My week has been amazing, awesome. I'm getting a lot accomplished, and as you know, we participated in a challenge this week.
Yes.
I am so pumped from that challenge. I've been watching the videos, making my notes, of course, coming up with more and more great content and ideas, and I'm just really excited and pumped about everything that I learned. When I tell you
people, and everything you have coming forward, don't
right.
Don't
when I tell people,
I'm gonna say, don't you sit over there and try to act all modest. Listen, you was doing some great things now.
Yes, and when I tell people all the time, like, it's important to put yourself out there, to participate, to get involved, to surround yourself with like-minded people. I can't tell you how important that is and how encouraging it is. But not only that, but just to move yourself just a little bit further in whatever that purpose is that you have. I don't want to start preaching, but I'm just, we just don't have no more excuses nowadays to not make things happen. We just don't.
No. And you know what? I'm going to go a step further because they were such a blessing to us. Listen, shout out to TSP, y'all.
Yes.
Mara Tyler and the Traffic Sales and Profit Group. Listen. You guys are absolutely amazing, and we appreciate all that you do.
And Lamar is from this area.
Yes, he is.
Lamar Tyler is from the DC area. And when I tell you the wealth of information that he has and that he gave us in these last 7 days was absolutely amazing. So if you have a business and a purpose and you're sitting on it and you're thinking that, oh, it's not going to happen, but you're not surrounding yourself with the right people, keep on sitting on it. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Keep on sitting on it.
Other people going to zoom on past.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get that because you're not ready. Simple as that. And even as far as B3rdPower, all of the information and the people that we bring you, if you're not ready to, no problem. Keep on sitting on it.
Listen, and you know what? Shout out, because since Sherri talking about the business challenge that we did, shout out to our other accountability partners, Alexis Dobbins, Dwayne Hopkins, Keith Phelps. Thanks for being right down with us throughout this week. We've been holding each other accountable.
Exactly.
We check in on each other. Shout out to you guys. You were amazing accountability partners, and we say thank you.
Yes, I even met a gentleman in the group randomly because this is how focused and ready everyone in this group is. Vondell Richmond, thank you for pushing me as well, and even just sending a message like, listen, what can I do to encourage you? What can I do to keep you pushing? What is it that you need help with? Like, listen, when I tell you, if you're not moving, you just don't want to. You simply just don't want to. But moving on, I had an amazing weekend.
You see, listen, I gotta talk to my peanut gallery over here. We each got our audience in our since we ain't in the studio. Listen, do you see how every week she come on here and to catch up and she just be on fire? She be laying them out. She be laying them out.
I told you, it's real talk for me. That's what I have branded myself as, the real talk motivator, because I get tired of, I'm not going to tiptoe around anymore. We don't have time. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you said, either you want to move or you don't.
Yeah.
And even if you're scared, don't let fear paralyze you.
And we all have fear. Like I have fear. You know, like you have fear. We all have fears. Everybody we've brought on this show at some point in their career, entrepreneurship journey, they've had fear.
Absolutely.
We've all had it. I still, before every show, I'm sweating bullets down my back because I still get a little nervous. You know what I mean? So we all have. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have fear.
Yeah. So my weekend, well, my week was amazing. I told you guys last week I relaunched one of my wonderful authors that I published. Yes, I'm being more open about my publishing company.
Yes.
I'm so proud of her. We did a phenomenal virtual book launch for her on Friday night. And honey, it was a party. Thank you to everybody in the B3rdPower family that follows me and chipped in to congratulate and support my author. I so appreciate you guys for that. She stayed on the bestsellers week list, y'all, all week long in 3 categories, not 1, but 3 categories. She was a best-selling author. So shout out to Wanda Gregory, so proud of you. So proud of you. So that was amazing. Then on Saturday, yes, T. Lynn had a very, very busy week. Because then on Saturday, let me go on the you see this face? This face is for you. Yeah, I'm talking to Sherri. So on Saturday, I hosted the Donna Hopkins Breast Cancer 5K Walk a Run.
Yes.
So the deal was that Sherri was supposed to be one of the walkers. She ain't never check in with me, y'all. I'm still waiting for you to check in.
About that. So we'll talk offline.
But no, it was a fantastic event, y'all. Thank you to everyone that tuned in again, that follows and tuned in. It was an amazing event. I had a lot of fun. And then shout out to Alexis Dobbins again, because I got to do some acting. I got to pull out my acting chops, y'all, and be a part of her Hello, I'm a Parent broadcast, role play with her as she supports parents who have children that are virtually learning, and you're trying to find life balance between work and helping your child get through virtual school. It has been a very busy week, and as you can see, it doesn't stop, because where am I at now? Sitting here on B3rdPower, doing what I do, baby. But it has been an amazing week, and that's all I have to say about that. But we have an amazing show lined up for you guys tonight. We have yet another one of our international guests on with us. Yes, I said international because he hails from Canada by way of the Cayman Islands, by way of England. He just country hops all the time, y'all.
I tell you.
Listen, we have the exciting Paul Rogers in the house with us tonight. And I say he's exciting because, listen, when you see all or hear all that he's been through, you guys, and still see the personality that he has, which is so amazing and so full of life, you'll understand why I said he's so much fun. We so appreciate him. We can't wait to talk to him. And then guess what? Jeffrey Lyles from Lyles Movie Files is back in the house, and baby, he's going to give us some new stuff to check out in our movies. Yes. So we have exciting things coming up. So you know what to do. Don't even go nowhere. Just make sure you stay tuned in. Even if you take a break with us and you go somewhere, you better come on right back, because you're going to miss something this Power Pack show tonight, right? But speaking of a break, you know we got to take one. But when we come back, you ask and she's answering, baby. It's Ask Sherri. So come on back. As Sherri would say, get your healthy snack. Sherri says that now, y'all. Get your healthy snack, and what Alan would say is go and get your water. And y'all come on right back. This is B to the Third Power here on You Broadcast Media.
Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Hello and welcome back. Yes, you're talking to the real motivator right here. Listen, I just want to talk to you about positive thinking because people ask me all the time, like, Sherri, well, how you think so positive all the time? Why you always positive all the time? It's a job to think positive, to be positive. It's a everyday job. But I found this quote. So let me read this quote to you real quick. Okay. Let your unique awesomeness and positive energy inspire confidence in others. Wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. If you want light to come into your life, you need to stand where it is shining. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And since I know that my segment is not that long, because of course I could take a while, let me just breeze through this statement, this quote real quickly. Okay. And let your unique awesomeness and positive energy inspire confidence in others. Break it down. What does that mean? You make you look good, right? Your gift, it looks good on you. You know the song by Donald Lawrence? If you don't, look it up. Donald Lawrence, The Gift, it looks good on you. And the second part of that says, wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Bring it. You and your walk make this thing look good, right? But remember, after every storm, the sun shines bright. So I don't care what you're going through right now, what season you're in right now. Remember, the sun will shine after this, right? The goal is to always keep your eye on the prize, right? If you want light to come into your life, you need to stand where the sun is shining. That's simple. You have to make a choice. It's a choice. It's a daily choice every day to wake up in a certain mindset. So make the choice to walk on this path of shining and not that dark path. Now, if you're there and you're in a dark place, if you're in a depressed state, if you're in a mindset of negativity and defeat, that's why we have shows like B3rdPower. That's why we have coaches out there. That's why we have, for example, Mr. Paul Rogers that's going to come speak with us later on transformation coaching, just transforming those negative mindsets. That's why we have this information out there. That's why we have these people out here to guide you through. Remember, it takes a village. And even though you are grown, it still takes a village to get us to that next level. And the last one is success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. That's simple. Be consistent. Every day is a day to get it together, get it right, get past it, whatever it is. Okay, get past it. You have to move past that and move into on purpose. So with the show, the motto, being intentional, bridging gaps, building communities, we are intentionally moving on the path of positivity every day in every show that we bring you, right? So that's my little talk on defining that awesomeness that's already within you. You have it. You know that you have it. You're doubting that you have it. You got it. Get with the right people. Surround yourself with the right things. Feed your body and feed your mind the positive things that you need to fuel it every day. And that's it. Define the awesomeness within you. So that's my real talk, real motivating moment with Sherri.
Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Welcome back to B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media. Listen, did Sherri not give us something real to think on tonight, baby? Sherri, I love your Ask Sherri moments because it's so true. Being positive, after a while, it's not hard. To me, it's harder to be mad all the time than it is to just be positive. Like you got to look for something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we are super excited to have in the house with us tonight Mr. Paul Rogers. He is an author and transformational coach. Welcome, Paul.
Welcome, welcome.
I feel like I need to sing as well. So thank you very much, ladies. What an entrance. Thank you. Thank you.
You are so very
You're so
welcome.
welcome.
Listen, we've been talking to you. I've talked to you before, but now it's time for our audience to get to know your amazing, amazing story.
Yes.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about who Paul Rogers is?
Thank you. Yes, Paul Rogers is a myth. No, he's Paul Rogers. My story really starts 21 years ago. Don't worry, I'm not going to take you through every painstaking snap. It'd be like watching the holiday pictures. But 21 years ago, I had an overnight success story, which has only been realized now. I started off originally in the UK as a commercial lawyer. Yeah, I don't look like a commercial lawyer now, but I did at the time. And I did that for 10 years. And I was pretty good at it, actually. I got lots of material stuff, but actually I was really, really unhappy. So I decided to need to change. Stop listening to your head, stop listening to your heart. And so what I did is I quit the law and a partnership in a commercial firm and became a kite surfer. Now, you wouldn't have got that one. So I became a kite surf instructor. So I went from 35 years old, checked myself over to Dominican Republic to learn how to kite surf and be an instructor. In the land of the 18-year-old who was beautiful and bronze, there arise a fat, pasty white Englishman. I don't blend in well. I never have. And so far, and I thought I'll get some sun. That'll get it. I just went pink. So even more standing out. And then I really clashed with the sea and everything. So yeah, I did it. Fish out of water, came back as an instructor, blow up kites on the beach for people, from multi-million-pound deals to that. And quite by accident, I kind of just inherited the school. I bought it, and then I went off for 6 months to the Caribbean, hence the Caymanian Island connection, because that's where the wind blows in the winter. So kind of by accident, I ended up with two schools, one in the Cayman and one in England. And before I knew it, as an international kite surfer, which was cool. But you know, any Disney or any movie comes out of Hollywood, everything has to come crashing down. And I had that moment where I had the villain, and I had my Caymanian business partner thought it was all too much fun and I should leave, which is what actually happened. I had to leave. So my wife and I, we arrived in Canada. It's Christmas time, so it was plus 40 to minus 20 in Montreal, and there's us stood in our deck shoes and shorts, not really prepared for the weather. And so we didn't have anywhere to live. So I can tell you there is no room at the inn. And this was Christmas time. So we actually managed to stay in a relative's summer house. So there we were. We decided, right, we need to get a job. My wife is a teacher, so we looked in the adverts, and way up north in North Quebec, they were hiring on the Indian reserves. So we went up, and we then lived for 5 years on a Cree Native First Nations reserve. So I was then I was their teacher when I got my residency. Just a quick news flash, this happened today. I've been told on Friday that I'm attending my citizenship final ceremony, and then I will be 100% Canadian. So I'm really sorry, guys. You got me. If that wasn't enough, in 2014, I had two big defining moments. In 2014, I was diagnosed with skin cancer. And when you hear that C word, it's as bad as you can imagine. Your whole world ends, everything stops. And mine was skin cancer. So the little fellow decided that he was bored where he was, melanoma. So he took a stroll up into my lymph nodes under my arm. And so we had to take various surgeries to get rid of them. And it's gone, which is great news. I am now 5 years clear and it's going really well. You'd have kind of thought that I could have got up and left at this point, but there's still another real big juicy part to come. 2018 with my family, which will be my wife, my 2-year-old at the time, and my great big white husky Malamute. You live up north, you need a northern dog. And so that's what we had. We're in March, so lots of snow, and we're driving back from daycare back to the house when we drove over a unmanned railway crossing when a train hit the car. And it destroyed the car we were in. It destroyed us. And we woke up, my wife and I, 10 days later in hospital to catastrophic injuries. And remember, this is 2 years ago in March. So in the case of injuries, I'm a real newbie, as my doctors keep trying to tell me. My son was uninjured though, he did have a scratch, one little one. So he looked a bit like Harry Potter, because on the impact, what the firefighters told us is that my great white husky Malamute jumped over the back seat to land on top of my wife and my son. He saved their lives, but he sacrificed himself in the process. That I tell this tale, not for a sympathy, not for pity, but to show people that even in the midst of the darkest, most destructive things, there's always a light, there's always beauty, there's always hope. And to pick up what Sherri said, awesomeness. There is always that strength. Sometimes you have to look for it. Rarely does it come along and say, hey, I'm opportunity. You actually have to look through and find it. So that kind of put me on my journey as a transformational expert, because you can see I've managed to have 4 jobs, lived in 3 countries, 2 personal setbacks, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Listen, I told you guys, his story is amazing, but do you see the life that he still bubbles with every day? Like, oh my goodness. So while we have pictures of some of these things, we're not going to show them today because, out of respect, because at the end of the day, one thing that Paul is very, very forthcoming about is that he still does deal with PTSD as a result of the accident. It was just 2 years ago. But everyone knows that you have a healthy baby boy now. Your son is fantastic. Your wife is doing pretty good, and so are you, right? And now you are going and you are spreading this love like all over the world, all over the world. But one thing I want to bring up, because I thought this was quite interesting, especially when we first met and we talked about it. Why don't you share with us, who is Kate Summers?
Now, this is a very good question, and it's going to raise eyebrows, so sit down and get ready for this. I write under the pen name of Kate Summers. And people are like, why a pen name? And why a female, for goodness sake? And I'm going to give you the proper answer here, which I don't usually give. I just give people the brush off. Kate Summers, when I wrote these books, and I've actually written 5, 2 are published. The first one's a bestseller, which is lovely. She was a female presence that came forward whilst I was still coming out of consciousness, still trying to find my way for about the first 6 months to a year. She was somebody who has actually healed me more than anybody else, more than the doctors, more than the drugs, more than the surgeries. It's all in here. So that's why when Sherri was talking, I was just soaking it up like a sponge, because actually this is something that's come from inside me. And to start with, I was kind of scared, but then I thought, no, I'm going to embrace this, because I can't be scared. When people say you're frightened of your own shadow, I've been there. I know what that's like to be frightened of your own shadow. But then I decided to give this shadow a name, a profile, a picture, and really embrace her as a human being. And even to these days, she helps and looks after me. I now know when I wrote these books, I didn't actually write them. It was channeling. I had no idea at the time what that actually was. Um, so I give these books away for free on Amazon because first of all, it's spreading a message. Secondly, why should I take credit for something that actually it came forward and helped me? So it's a way of giving back.
Yeah, I always say writing is a great way to bring healing. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic way to bring healing.
Writing is definitely therapeutic in many ways, and even many professional doctors will tell you how therapeutic writing is. And I think that's why us as coaches and motivators, we tell people all the time to write, right? Even if they don't like it. But one of the things that came to mind when you were talking is you can either let your tragedy define you or design you. So you pick which one that you want. You can either let it define you or you can let it design you.
Yes.
So you guys think about that and listen to what Paul is going to be talking about this evening and see where you fall in some of those traumas that have happened in your life. See where you fall. But now I really, really am curious about finding your voice.
Yes, it's a new program which I've actually been working on, and this came to me. I was talking at a men's mental health summit a few weeks ago, and I was explaining to them how empowering finding your voice, whether it be writing or whether actually finding your voice and sharing the story. Every single person. I've never met anyone who's had an easy life. If you're out there, please get in touch because I really need to meet you.
Right.
But everyone has a story. It's just some people, they feel difficult, awkward, ashamed, or whatever it is to tell that story. And I encourage the guys who I was talking to say, listen, if I am willing to share my story and it heals me as I'm doing it,
Yes.
if you are able to stand up and also tell your story, get your message across, because rather than having it just bouncing around inside you, why don't you actually turn it into something which can inspire somebody? But I think, well, yeah, that sounds familiar. What, and that is what makes the difference. And we create a signature story so that every time you go to give that talk, you never leave anything on the table. It's 100%. Your message hits home, never misses the mark. And actually, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, because if it's not fun, I don't do it. So it's quite as simple as that.
Listen,
Yeah, they all.
Oh, go ahead, Sherri.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, look, he's already said he left the law firm because he was like, listen, this is too stuffy for me. So fun is your lifestyle.
Yeah. Yes. They always say, listen to words of wisdom and listen to the words of the wise.
Yeah.
The words of the wisdom and the words of the wise came from those that had the experience and were willing to share with others, especially, back in the day and when we were community built, right? Remember how the wise would share with the youth how to move forward, and so that they wouldn't experience or have to go through some of the same things that they went through, or to say, just like you're saying, just we can make it through. We can get through this, but you have to, be able to tune into the words of the wise.
It kind of reminds me, especially from what you were talking about earlier, Sherri, this phrase I always love. It's like, smart people learn from their mistakes. Geniuses learn from other people's mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very true.
I'm kind of figuring you've got a pretty much a genius set of people watching the show.
That's right.
Yes. That's good. I was going to say, that's real good. Some things you don't have to go through. I can just learn from your experience. I don't have to go through
I don't even have to experience it. I'll pass. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Now, Paul, for those who want to get involved with finding your voice, how can they get in contact with you?
They can reach me on email, which is paul@takeactionacademy.ca, because I'm in Canada. I'm super active on LinkedIn, so reach out and DM me there under Paul S. Rogers. There's lots of Paul Rogerses, who knew? And I'd be very happy just to chat with you to start with, because if you're a good fit and I'm a good fit, we're going to have a lot of fun together.
Yes.
And that's really the central thing.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, it's funny you said that. Who knew that there were so many Paul Rogers? One day I Googled my name, Sherri Cook, and I put it in Facebook, and it had to be like 60 of us on there. But guess what I did? I took each individual Sherri Cook, I sent them a private message, and I sent a positive word. I didn't know them. I just sent a positive word and was like, hello, Facebook twin. I'm from Maryland, and I just wanted to send you a word of encouragement. And everybody, I sent like a positive word of encouragement. I think now I get confused because I have like 15 Sherri Cooks that are my friends on Facebook. Because then they sent me friend requests.
Yes. Too funny.
That was the funniest.
That was really nice and thoughtful to do. Like, who knows? They probably needed that positive word.
Yeah, and one lady had just lost her husband, but it's a long story. But she had just lost her husband, and so so we communicate often. She sends me Christmas cards and everything. So.
Well, Paul, we certainly thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with us. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I've enjoyed you. I'm sure Sherri enjoyed you this evening, and I'm sure our viewers have enjoyed you. Remember, if you want to get in contact with Paul and you want to connect, you can do so on LinkedIn at Paul S. Rogers, or you can send him an email at paul@takeactionacademy.ca.
I love it.
paul@takeactionacademy.ca. We so appreciate you. I cannot wait to talk to you again, Paul.
I can't believe this segment is already over.
I know, but Jeffrey has been waiting on us.
I know.
Yeah. Time always flies when we're having fun, Sherri. Come on, you know that.
I know.
But anyway, Paul, we love you. We so appreciate you, and we can't wait to talk to you again. But you guys know what we got to do. We need to go on, take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be with our good friend Jeffrey Lyles of Lyles Movie Files for the Critics Corner. I can't wait to see what he's talking up and reviewing for us this week, you guys. Go on, take this quick break, get your little healthy snack and something to drink, and come on right back. This is B3rdPower here on You Broadcast Media.
Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Hello, and yes, we are back, and you know what time it is. It's time to talk to our favorite movie correspondent, Jeffrey Lyles with Lyles Movie Files. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. What do you have for us today?
Well, we're closing in on that time of year where every Lifetime and Hallmark movies playing Christmas movies, and we haven't gotten to Thanksgiving yet, but I've already started catching a bunch of these Christmas movies, some of which are on Netflix, some are on Amazon Prime. First one I checked out was My Dad's Christmas Date, and it's set up kind of like a traditional romantic comedy. A teenage or high schooler decides her dad has been out of the dating game way too long, so she is going to set him up with the date just in time for Christmas. And he's not interested in dating, so she decides to create an online profile form on several dating websites, and then just randomly goes like, "Hey, Dad, let's go to this museum," and randomly has him meet these dates that she's set up.
Wow, that was
And
fun.
it stars Jeremy Piven from Entourage. I think he had a show on CBS for like 2 seconds. But it's funny because it's not the traditional, okay, let's see where all these dates go. It plays out a lot different where its focus is more on the father-daughter relationship, which is something you don't see a lot in these romantic comedy kind of films where it's all about how do we get these two people together. So this was kind of fun, and I liked it. It's on video on demand, so you need to go and check through your cable guide and order it that way. But it was
And what's the name of it?
My Dad's Christmas Date.
On demand.
Okay.
So that's like cable on demand, right?
Right.
Okay.
My
so
Dad's
probably like
Christmas
$5.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
What else you got going?
All right, so the other one that I just watched was Holiday. This is starring Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey. And this one is kind of interesting because I really like the concept of this. These two strangers meet after a really disastrous Christmas and decide they're not going to deal with any more, hey, have you met somebody? Who are you bringing to New Year's? And who are you dating now? So they decide for every holiday, they are going to be each other's date. And they tell everybody what they're doing. I mean, because it's a romantic comedy, how this is going to end. But it's fun watching them play through all the different holidays like 4th of July, even Mother's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and gradually start to realize, you know what? I think he's awesome. And I think she's amazing too. So it's kind of fun watching that play out and then how they actually come together. Emma Roberts is Julia Roberts' niece. And she's been in a ton of things, but she's really funny. She has like her aunt's sense of comedic timing and physical humor, so she can trip and fall and get the big laughs. And she's becoming a really good actress. Luke Bracey has an Australian accent, so if you're a Chris Hemsworth fan, you'll dig him in this. He's got the haircut, the stubble, so he'll take care of all the needs for certain audience members that want to check him out. That was on Netflix, and it's funny. Starts with Christmas and plays out through a year of holidays. The only one that didn't cover was Labor Day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Holiday.
It's funny. Holiday.
Yep. All right. Holla at me.
All right. So you want to talk about TV. So
yes,
I did watch a few TV shows. Yes. Now you told me before we started that you actually watched Married at First Sight.
I did.
You watched this last season, right?
I did. Yes, I did, but I came in towards the middle-ish end of it. So I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay. So for people who've never seen the show, Married at First Sight spoils exactly what it is. Two people meet at the aisle, get married, and then over the course of 8 weeks, decide if they're going to get married. And my wife and I, we started watching this right when we got married. So it was funny watching these strangers have the same kind of arguments and discussions that we were having after having known each other for 2 years. But the show is great. It's on season 11 now. And this was one of my favorite seasons. Last season, season 10, was a train wreck. It was a mess because the couples were terrible. But this season was really good. They were based in New Orleans. And I won't spoil it. The end game is to decide how many couples stay together. And unlike shows like The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they actually have a pretty good success rate. And there have been couples from the very first season that are still together.
Yes.
And they even have spinoffs where all the couples that have stayed together, we catch up and see their life. And they had a spinoff during the pandemic. So that really helped get us through when we had no new TV shows to look forward to. So it was like, oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, you got another box coming from Amazon. We do too. So that's good. If you can check it out on Lifetime, they have it on demand so you can watch the whole thing. Try to avoid spoilers because it's more fun not knowing who's going to stay together.
Yes.
Even though with this season, they're couples you'll definitely be rooting for to stay together.
And I was about to say, listen, you just got to go for the ride. We can't spoil it for you because it is a ride. I'm telling you, it's a ride to see them.
Yeah.
So
like when they start getting it right, it's like, no, you're so perfect together. Stop.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But yeah.
Married at First Sight is
Okay.
pretty interesting, especially when you have these two strangers that literally see each other for the first time at the altar when they get married.
Is that the one where they meet on the side of the wall? They're
No.
both on the opposite
No.
side.
Oh, no.
literally-
That's Love is Blind.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
on Netflix.
yes,
Okay,
this
it's on
one
Netflix.
you literally go down the aisle and that's the first time you see each other and or talk is at the altar.
Oh.
You know nothing about each other until then, but it's an interesting ride for sure. Jeffrey, you always got good stuff for us to check out. And my mother, I'm sure if she's tuning in, she absolutely is happy that you're giving her some more shows to watch because she was like, my Christmas movies have been on now for over a week and y'all gotta stop tying up my weekends because I need to watch my Christmas movies. I was like, but it's not even Thanksgiving yet. And she's
Oh, that
like,
doesn't matter.
I don't care. Yeah, so she's already in the Christmas mood.
You got to get into the season.
Yeah. Well,
And you know we got This Is Us coming up now too. So yeah, we're all into that.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. That's what we need to do the next time you come on, Jeffrey. We need to talk about all the fall lineup shows because there are some amazing shows in the fall lineup. I'm
We'll do that.
I'm a fall TV person.
Well, I'm going to trust you guys on this one.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's on Lifetime. If you got cable, it's on demand. You don't even have to sit through the
Netflix
commercials. So it's really easy.
Yeah.
They have season 9, which is one of the better seasons too. That was really funny. So check it out. I think it's like 10 episodes. It is well worth it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, Jeffrey, we always thank you for joining us. You always give us something different to check out. Remember, you guys can check him out on YouTube at Lyles Movie Files and LylesMovieFiles.com.
Yep.
Make sure you go and check him out. He does way more than just the critics of film and TV.
Yes.
He actually reviews some of the toys too. So, I mean, it is Christmas time. People are already getting a jump on their shopping. Make sure you check him out because I'm sure he's reviewing some of these toys that your children are looking at so that you can know what's the duds and what's the ones you need to go on and
Yeah.
get. All right. But
All
we
right.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks
It's
for having
always
me.
so good to have you.
Yes. And you can guys know what time it is.
Yeah, listen, we've got another commercial break, and we come back and wrap it up for you guys. It went by so fast.
No. When we come back, it's T. Lynn with the
Oh, you're doing
Recognize
it.
the Real Me moment.
I'm sorry.
Look, Sherri said you ain't done it in weeks. Yes, I'm gonna do
Right.
it's recognizing the real me moment, guys. So we'll be right back on the other side of this commercial. See?
Global Executive Staffing provides top-level executive staffing to federal and private sector companies globally at the most competitive price. They are experts in coordinating and expediting projects from design to development. Global Executive Staffing is a Department of Veterans Affairs, Center for Veterans, certified service-disabled veteran-owned small business. To connect with Global Executive Staffing, go to www.gestaff.com.
Welcome back to B3rdPower. This is now T. Lynn's Recognizing the Real Me moment. Listen, when I thought about what I wanted to share with you guys, one thing that I have been realizing about myself is that I have a perfection complex. I don't know how many of you guys out there deal with that, but I deal with it. And the thing that comes to me and that I'm constantly reminded of is that perfection is the enemy of progress. I have gotten wrapped up so many times in needing everything to be perfect before I move on something. I've made this mistake in business. I've made this mistake in relationships and so many other areas of my life. Tonight, I want to encourage you guys. If you are like me and you've been dealing with a perfection complex, remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just need to do it. The more you stay in your head, the more you try to figure it out and make everything just fit perfectly and look all great, the longer it's going to delay you until eventually you don't do it. Today, be encouraged. Just do it. Do you know how many people out here, they look like they're winning and you're like, oh, they're so brave. You know what they're doing different than we are? They're doing it. They're getting out here, they're making their moves, and they're making adjustments along the way. Don't worry about being perfect. Just launch, just leap and do it. And guess what? If you made a mistake, you can clean it up along the way. Sometimes you got to make adjustments in flight. But whatever you do, get on off that runway. Go on and leap off. I know this is going to sound crazy. Go on and take the leap off the cliff and let your hang glider catch you. All right. But you'll never know if you can fly if you don't leave your safety zone. All right. Today, don't let perfection get you caught up. Listen, that's been my moment. And now we're going to go ahead and listen, time flies when you're having fun. So we're going to go ahead and bring this show to a close. There goes my share bear. It has been such an amazing show. Thank you guys. Thank you to Paul. Thank you to Jeffrey. You guys have brought some good look. Jeffrey brought all the good movies to give us some laughter.
Yes.
And Paul gave us some good words to live by. And even Sherri gave us some great words of encouragement.
And so did you.
Positive. Oh, thank you, boo.
So did you. I was just getting ready to say, like a follow-up to what you were saying about just do it. You know, we come up with, like Nike came up with just do it, right? Yeah. It's the best and most brilliant slogan ever, especially for a sports company that promotes to people in the sports industry who just do it and just get in there and do it. You have to want this thing as bad as you can breathe. You have to want it. You have to want it. So just do it. Just get involved. Yeah. Just take that leap and just try it out and see.
Like I say, and even sticking with the sports analogy, even if you get to the line and you've already scheduled or you've already talked about what play you're going to call, you still have the right to call an audible. You can still switch that thing up right there on the line and call a different play when it's needed. Make the adjustments along the way, but you got to get moving. You can't wait for everything to be perfect. I'm telling you, perfection. Again, I say perfection is the enemy of progress. The longer you try to be perfect, the longer it's going to take you to get started. Don't do it. Just move. That has been the theme of my life for this past week. Just do it. Just move. Yes. But we thank you guys for watching us tonight, for just being present. We're so gracious to you guys. Remember to like, love, and share. Somebody out there needs this information. And guess what? Sherri and I don't know them, but guess who does? You do. And if you go ahead and share, then someone that stands in need of the information that's in your network will be able to get what they need. Their moments of encouragement to help them move, even if it's just for one more day. They'll have the strength and the courage to keep moving until they meet the next beat. Anyway, remember, real quick, just note that behind the scenes chat, we are on hiatus this week. So we won't be live, but remember to tune in next Monday because the power panel is back in the house, baby. And we all know when the power panel is.
Feedback.
Yeah, man. But that's okay. We appreciate you guys. Remember, today is a fantastic day to make a difference in the lives of those that are around you.
And make sure that you go visit our page, our YouTube page, subscribe, B3rdPower, or is it B to the third power? Which one is it?
B3rdPower.
B3rdPower,
So you
B to the third.
Yes, make sure you connect with us on YouTube because pretty soon that will be our new home on Monday nights for you to watch our show. All right.
And you can find us everywhere else on B3rdPower.
Absolutely. You all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you guys next Monday here on You Broadcast Media. Have a great night, guys.